on your mic now. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's stream. We continue from where we left off the other day. As you know, it was last week. Friday, I guess. Yeah. So we continue from then. He could not come live yesterday because of related issues. So we just basically do what we had to do yesterday today. Then we'll continue with our live session tomorrow. Again, another Friday. So I have with me on stream good one and Toby. Actually, Toby left. So beginning introduction. So let me give us a review, or let me just say how far we have gone. Let me run it. So you see how far I've gone in the whole project. We're working on time zone. So we have our number, our header, new arrivals. A couple of items, and this part as well. Then we have this. Before we go into, let me go into templates using so complete the footer. So the plan for today's show is basically complete today's the whole project first. Then we'll learn about media query. Then we'll do the responsiveness for the web page that we just built. That's the plan that we are going to follow today, or this week at least. And here it is. In case you do not have the link for the project, I'm going to be sending it. In the chat, so we know what we're doing. So that's it. I sent the link to us. We already done all this part. We are basically just going to move down to our footer today. That's the session. This footer section. Then when we are done with the footer section, basically learn one or two things about media query. Then if time permits, we'll start our responsiveness today. So I'll come back to you. So now we are going to do our footer. How we are doing. So we already did all of this part already. So first off, let's go and check the footer, how the footer looks like. Then we now know our arrangements. So first things first, we have our time zone logo here. We have this. We have this text. Then we have our links that 1, 2, 3 clicks. Then this part is here as well. So that's basically the structure that I want to create now. So one thing I noticed now is that this our time zone logo is not text actually. It's actually an image. Can you see? Only an image is going to move or behave like this. So we are going to edit our navbar and also this footer to actually implement this in our work. So basically just right click and save the image as here. Save it here. I think it comes in a PNG automatically. So let's go and edit it from that text that we add there. So we go back up to the navbar, then we remove this one as you put img, and we basically just call it. Then we edit the size. First of all, let's check how it turns out before we continue. Actually, it fits properly. I guess yes, it just fits properly. You don't need to change anything. Then we'll now go back and continue with our footer. So we have already seen the structure of the footer. We just basically just accomplish it. So footer is not part of the main section of your page, so it's not going to be inside the main tab. So just put footer here. And inside our footer, we have, let's just say 3 or 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we now have this part under it again. So that's basically like, first off, we are going to be having 2 boxes that's going to be holding the first part and the second part. The first part is this part here, and the second part is this part. Then inside the first part, we now have 1, 2, 3, 4 parts again. So that's basically how we're going to structure it. So we are going to be having 2 divs first. So just say, so footer section, I guess. Yeah, I guess it works this way. We just copy this one down. Then inside the first one, we now have 1, 2, 3, 4. What should we call them? Let's just say footer box. I don't know. So we'll duplicate this one 4 times. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And inside the first one, the first thing we add there is the image. So basically just call this img. Then come back to this, then logo to footer png is the first thing. Then after that, we now have this text. As you. So basically just call the text. Let's just say we use the printout in this case. Then we just copy this and paste it. I hope you are following, guys. I'm not just talking.
I'm following.
Yes. Sharp. So we have this footer box. Then inside these 3 parts, you know that these 3 ones, they look, I think, a little more alike. They have like the same layout. So we have heading, then we have the links underneath. So this is what we are going to do. We'll just basically write everything in the same parts. 1, 2, 3. Then the first thing I want to do is basically add an H2 or H3 tag. Let's give H3. Then let's just say head for now. We can always edit it later. Then after that, we are now going to have under it, we are going to have our UL and our li of 4 links. So we have 4 links here. So and just say A, you can put this here. Then now this link. So we edit all those links too later. So we have basically gotten the layout that we want. So for the first part at least. Then inside the second part now, we have just 2 sides. That's 1 and 2. In the first side, we have just this right up. And in the second side, we have this set of icons. So we have, I think is You can just put H2 or something, or we can use span regardless. Let's just put something. So copy and paste this in. Then inside this part, we are not going to put it. I think we should put it in a list. Should I use list or something? Let me just use list. I'll list out the icon. So I'll use UL and now li 4 times. We basically just put the icons when we are ready for them. So now let's go into the styling of what we just did now. First off, let's check how it looks like. It's going to look very weird. And so you can just see everything yama yama. So let's check it out now and write the CSS for them. So first things first, we go down and we don't put down. So our footer is going to take 100% of space. So width 100%. Then we are going to add padding to it. I think it has like the same padding all around. Let's check it. Yeah, I guess the padding is constant also. So you can just put padding of like 100 px. I think that should be enough. Yeah, good. No, there's no display flex here. At least for the first one, no display flex. Most of them are on top of each other. Then we'll now go to the first footer box and display flex. So come down, footer box. Dot footer box assignment. Then under the footer box, under the footer box, we basically have display flex. By displaying flex because two of them have one thing in common. They have 4 elements in the first one, 2 elements in the second one, but the thing that they have in common is that so the items that are in them are horizontally stacked, so they are beside each other. So we have to like just use display flex for them so that these 4 links or 4 adjacent boxes are beside each other. Then these other ones too are beside each other. So that's that. Then we just come here and see you can add justify content space between. Yes, that should work. Let me check it now. Okay. I name a footer section, not footer box. It make more sense now. Yeah. So we have this side here, then the copyright side too on that. So the thing I need to do now is basically just style them to make sense. So, but we have gotten like the basic layouts for everything. So the next thing to style is basically the footer box area. So the footer section, footer box. So also has this stuff. You can see 3 people on stream with us. Welcome. If you are actually following, you can always drop a comment. Then like, share, subscribe, whatever. Here in the footer box, we have let's put a width to them. So you can add the width. I just share maybe like 25px, 25%. Then give it height to fit content. Then put a gap. I don't think there's need for gap again. Since we already put justified content space between. So the available spaces that are there are basically going to be shared between all of them. So what we need to do now is basically we want to style this text, then all of this. So basically come here and give the text in this p tag like a class. Then we can just leave it in p, or we use the sender selector to make sure that we are selecting this p tag. So we'll come here and say dot footer box p. Then we'll say color gray. Then font size has to be like 20 px or so. I think there's a margin top as well, like 20 px. Yeah, so I've gotten this. Let me see how you call in the gap. Let me check. Okay. Let's see. Also, let's increase the, change the font family to match the one we're using before. So that's that for that footer box P. So we are basically done with this first side. So we need to move to these links that we have. So basically just come here and say, but footer box, then we select the links that are there. So the footer box H3, we just font size. I don't even need to change the font size. Or let's change the color. Or is there any? No, we don't need to change. We only need to change the font family of the. So font family. Then also the text that we have quick links, new products, and support. Let me change them to page 2 so that it looks a bit bigger. So quick links, new products, support. Boom, 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 boom. Quick links. New products. Support. So it's a little bit bigger now. Then next we'll deal with these links that are here. So to do with that, basically just come here and access the link that footer box, then UL. Then under this UL, base style, none, then color, gray, font size, 20px as well. Font family. So what I'm doing here is basically styling, because normally the anchor tag basically has its own default styling. That's why we have this blue text we can underline. So we have to edit it to match what we want. So we have to change the color of that to gray. Then I'm going to remove the underline. That's text decoration. No. So we don't have that. So, but what we are pulling, there's space among them. So we are going to add spacing to so like margin top, I guess. 20 px. If it does not affect here, it's going to affect when we accept it in the airline. So say dot footer box new yeah. Nice. So let's use it a bit like 10. So now let's edit the names area. So about, offers and discounts. Just copied it. So I'll be removing all of this and change it from here. About, offers and discounts. Get coupon and contact us. So that's the first one. The second one, new products. So we have this for here as well. Then we do the same thing for this one. So that's basically that for this one. I think we should reduce it a little bit. It's not as big as this in this place. That's the text that we have here. So let's reduce it. Yeah, so come here. No. So now we're going to move. I think these ones have like an over effect. So what are the over effects to this? Translate. I think it moves on the x-axis. It moves like to the side a little. So that's what this transform translate x does. You can see the other translate properties that we have. We have translate, translate 3D, translate x, translate y, and translate z. So depending on how you want that particular item to move, that's how you're going to use it. So here we want it to move like on the horizontal axis, and horizontal is basically x, and it moves to the my right. Yeah, it moves my right. I don't know your own right. So it moves my right. On the screen it moves this direction. Yes, right. So translate x, then we're going to put how much it has moved. Let's say 2x, I think. Then we'll put like a transition. Right. So is in, out. Then 0.5s. There's no move yet. I think there's an issue with our code. Changes color, but there's no move yet. You know what? There's always one way to find out. So let's check what the issue is with our code. I think I might have gotten the syntax wrong somewhere. So just copy this and ask. Oh, but did you know what the issue is in my code? Is anybody? Yeah. Bolu.
I'm trying to think of it. I think
Okay.
the Countach, I'm thinking through it, I'm thinking through it. You know, normally if we want transition to happen in a particular stuff, so before the
Mm-hmm.
over effect, before we put transition in the over effect part, we have to put transition in the main element. Go. So I'm thinking we should put transition transform, because transition, then the property transform, then the seconds, the duration, then the easing out, then we'll now put transform translate this thing. You get?
Okay.
So put
But wait first, let
transition in
me.
this footer box ULIA, not the overall, the normal element.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, put transition. Yes. Then the property should be transform. Then how many
There's nothing like
seconds you
that
want it to
here.
happen for? Eh?
Transform does not. I don't think transform is allowed here. Consider as white. I think we did not just put enough value in this translate text here. That's why. But this transition also works. But what you need to put in this place is basically maybe the what's it called? This one that we have here can either fit into here or here.
Okay.
But what's it called now? Can either fit here or here. Then this one, I think the value that I put is too small or something. Let me increase it a bit. Does not seem move. You know what? Let me just ask ChatGPT. I want the links to move slightly to the right. I don't know why it's not working. Okay. You said this is where the issue is. We have to put inline block. Give the anchor a layout that allows transform. If you want it to feel smoother. So the layout that we used before did not allow you to transform because I feel like the thing takes up all the space, I guess. So we have to put this inline block so that it's going to be able to move. So I think it should work now. But aside from that transform, inline block, I think yeah, it works now. We got the other properties, the other CSS properties. So it's only this inline block that we didn't put. The combination with float and position determine the type of box that are generated for an element. So yeah, that's that of that first section. So let's go into the second one. So we are done with this top part. Then we'll move to this downward. So we are going to give this one a little bit of space. Then move this one down. Then we'll do this one. But first off, let's just put some icons in this one. I'm just going to copy from the ones that we have earlier in navbar. So we'll not waste time. So we have this search icon to like stand in place of the icons we put in later. Then I'll come back to that. Span. Let me give this one a gap. So the gap is going to be in the footer. I'll say display flex. Then I'll change the flex direction to column back so that the gap is going to work. Then I'll announce a gap and starting flex. So there's going to be space between those elements in the top and bottom. Yeah. I hope you understand what I just did now. Maybe I've been following from our previous classes. You should not have issues with that. So we have the gap, that's the space between this one and this one that's in the bottom. Then we have to realign this one to be horizontal. So just come here. A flex up like 20px. Then list style none. I think that's all. Yeah. But we have an issue. I think to solve this issue, we have to put this. The issue that we're having here is because the style that I put here is basically conflicting with the styles of the UL that we add in this place. That's why we need to use our class properties sometimes. So I'm going to add this one. Instead of just a UI, I'm going to add the class and icon list, I guess. So the style I give to this one basically just affects that UL, not everything. Just icon list. So we are back. So this is basically what I have now after what we just styled. So that's basically, I think that's basically the layout of the footer. That's everything. Let me increase the space within this link here. So we have this. So do you guys have any questions about this footer? Guys,
No.
oh yeah, no. Toby, I know the hear your voice. So.
I said no, no.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, no. I thought
Don't
you didn't
worry,
say
I'm
anything.
doing a lot of work behind the scenes.
No, type shit. Do you want to show us your work? So actually, this is what we are going to do. After we finish this one, today I say we are going to learn about media query. Then tomorrow, on tomorrow's stream, we are going to make this particular project responsive. Like after we have learned everything about media query, we learn make this one responsive. So this stream is going to end soon. Then after I've learned media query tomorrow, for Friday stream, we are going to build a project that are going to showcase as I think 3 of us. If Chidima is it, so she's going to showcase someone. So maybe tomorrow stream, I'm going to pick a topic for 4 of us. Then we'll now build something on that topic or build a project on that regard. Then on Friday, we'll just come and showcase everything that we learned. Do you understand? Abi, what do you guys think? You guys are not talking.
Me, what I want to ask is when are we learning the media query? Is it today or tomorrow?
Now, just now.
Oh, now.
It's not going to take time. Media, yes, it's just now. Then we'll learn
Okay,
it.
please.
Then tomorrow,
Okay, so
we'll now do media query for this time zone project. Do you understand? We'll do media query for this time zone project tomorrow.
okay.
Then on Friday, that's from Thursday to Friday, we'll build something and we'll come and showcase it. So we'll see Toby's work in action now. Should be always prove to be Agba now. Agba them.
What I'm doing basically is just, I don't want. I'm just looking at what you are doing now. Then on my own, I'm going to review and do mine. Oh, it's going better than yours by far. Don't worry.
If you are doing your own or not, you shall do project that you are going to show us on Friday. Sharp.
By God's will,
So we'll see your magic then.
You'll be shocked. Don't worry.
So I'll be shocked too. I like to be shocked. So that's basically all on the project. So basically our project now is not really is good actually, but it's not responsive. That's why we are going to talk about media query now. So you can see, let me just show us why we need media query. Presently now, our project looks perfectly okay. Our project looks perfectly okay like this. Looks perfectly okay. Nothing wrong with it. Or to be, can you see any issues?
What do you say?
Do you think there's any issues with our project? The one that we did. And it's good enough to convince
No,
somebody that
it's
doesn't know
good. It's
about
good.
the original template.
Good actually.
What do you say?
I said it's good. It's
Eh?
good. It's good. It's good.
Sharp.
It's good.
It doesn't have choice
Ume,
to rather than to be good. It doesn't have any other choice. So it looks perfectly good on this screen. But then when we try to view it on a small screen, then we might notice a few issues. That is, it does not fit. It looks weird.
oh
It
yeah,
looks weird on all of the screens. So that's where media query and responsiveness comes to play. So it looks weird on all the screens. So basically, we are going to be learning about that. So tomorrow, we are not going to do the responsiveness of this one. Guys, do we have any question? Tap on the screen. Abiba Oloshin, so this streaming thing. Tap on the screen, comment, like, so we know that somebody is even there. I'm just seeing 3 people there, but nobody's commenting. We have come a long way, guys. Amigos, amiga me chicken. Nice. So this is what we built so far. We built this time zone project. Just you might just be joining. We just HTML and CSS. So we just completed it today, and we are about to learn about media query. So we are going to apply our knowledge for on this project, so it looks nicer on all screens. That's you done. And drop a like, comment if you have questions or no. Toby.
can you hear me?
Yeah. Check your text. I sent you something.
Oh, what network do I use? I use MTN.
Mhm. Bunny call me chicken. Onion juice. Bunny call me chicken. Pam 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 pararam. I'm waiting for Bolu so that we'll start the media query. So
Let's wait
can
for
you
Bolo.
say it's coming? Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's too silent. If people come and view the stream now, they'll be like, these guys are not doing anything serious. They'll be watching us silent. So let me just tell you guys. My name is Ayomide Shotayo. If you don't know my name, yeah. Yes, yes, I can hear you. Come tripping. So hey, as I was saying, my name is Ayomide Shotayo, yeah. Um, what else about me? You guys need to know. Let me just say I'm a developer. Yeah. A mobile app and a web developer. So I got into this tech industry in the year 2023. Yeah, 2023. That's when I started tech. So I learned a lot of things. Yeah, and I'm trying to learn them again. That's why we are here. So what other thing again do I need to see? To be better on your mic. This thing that I see in my chat, say it here. I don't know why it's funny to you, but then
Bro, like your facial expression was very funny. So,
it is what it is. So Bolu is my cousin, Toby is my cousin as well. They also introduced themselves, but then let me finish my own introduction. Yeah. So we started this channel, I think maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago now. I don't know. So just basically for the aim of learning tech again from the scratch with people online. A lot of people are doing YouTube, so we decided to just document something down and create a journey and a community for ourselves. So that's basically why we're here, and we have been improving over the weeks or over time. Let's just say over time. So we're just learning some things and improving. Initially, our stream was not as good as this. We always hit issues like big time. The first stream self, I think it got halfway. We just had to like just do what we had in mind that day. But now we thank God we are getting better. So that's basically everything I have to say. At least I've introduced myself well. So Toby is here. He will see Julius before Bolu now comes back. Bolu, I'm with Toby.
so hello everyone. My
Yes,
name
hello
is
sir.
Oluwatobiloba. As you know, I am Ayo's cousin. Ayo is actually the eldest cousin in our family. So is the Egbon, is the Baba.
Type sheet.
So so that's basically it. Bolu is my brother, but he's not here now, sha. But we talked about this. I think when we met on the first, I think is it is it on the no, it's not on the first though.
So it was not the first, though, it was later on.
When do we do? Yeah, it was sha later on. Then okay, we decided that okay, for the sake of them that they are the gurus, so they want to learn what they know from scratch, and for me that I am the rookie, so they want to educate me. So that's why we are embarking on this journey. And now we are at least we are getting somewhere. We are getting there little by little. Thanks to you guys for your support. It serves as a motivation for us to keep on going, to not relent, to keep on pushing, and we are doing that. We are doing that. That's basically all.
By the way, they are camera shy. That's why they don't really show their face. See, I'm the only one that shoots my that shoots my
Well,
face all the time. I don't know why they always hide their face. on the camera.
Well, don't
Um,
worry, don't worry, don't worry. Everything's gonna be alright. So that's basically it. You guys should keep on supporting us. We
yeah.
appreciate your support. Keep showing us support. So that's it. Thank you.
Mm, 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 mm. And by the way, you also drop short content. I think we dropped one yesterday. I think I dropped a video yesterday. That video, so that's funny as hell. When we were creating it, we were just laughing and laughing. We spent about um roughly maybe like 1 hour on a recording a 2 hour 2 minutes video. We're just laughing. People that act, they try, sha, to be honest. Try. We're just laughing all through. Can check the video, sha. I think it's a little bit relatable, if you know, it's relatable, sha. So okay, Bolu is back. So before we learn media query, can you know, I'm waiting for him to join the stream back so I can add him. So we'll talk before we not do. Welcome back, bro. So why you were not here? I hope you're hearing me, Bolu.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, sure. While you were busy, we actually just said a little things about ourselves. Like I
Oh,
talked, then Toby now talked. So it's your turn now to talk. So something that they should know.
okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Boluatfe Shotare. I am the anchor, Ayomide's cousin. Yeah, I like playing football and I like, to also code. Yeah, that's all.
Everybody here likes football, basically. They are Barcelona fans, by the way. But me, I don't really care about football that much. But I like to play ball sharp. But when it comes to watching it and becoming a faithful or loyal fan, I find myself missing, basically. But I can play ball sharp. I used to play ball, but I don't like watching. But that's just the thing. So there are Barcelona fans. In case you like Barca, you can always reach out to them. I don't know. But then, yeah, I think in the future maybe Toby is going to be like a football sport analyst if he wants to or something. He's
Football
going to be a
analyst.
football analyst or a manager. If you become manager, you
No,
can
remember
start
the
small,
name.
small.
Toby.
You guys should just remember it. You know that you met him from here first. Yeah. So now let's learn a little about media query before we now code. That's before we join tomorrow. So media query responsive design. So media query basically just lets you apply different CSS style based on the device's characteristics, mainly screen width basically. So we apply media queries because of the screen width, as the width of the screen you are basically viewing that particular web page on at the moment. So if the screen is a small screen, that's phone. If it's a tablet, if it's a desktop screen, you're basically telling it what to be like or how the design is going to be like on each of those different screen. or different screen widths. Without media query, text might be too small on phones, layouts might be too cramped on tablets, content might stretch too wide on big screens. And with media query, perfect layout for every device, better user experience, and more professional websites. So these are just the advantages of using media query, basically. And basically, media query, you should not have issues with it. The only thing you should need to put into consideration is basically you know how to style normally with CSS. So you already know what you did in your big screen. Normally, when we styled our CSS initially, we styled for our own laptop screen. So that's just basically how we want the website to look on our own screen. So it looks good on our screen. But then how does it look on other people's phone, others people's desktop? That's what we need to worry about. So basically what you're going to do is basically write the same styling, but you're going to be writing it in place of your screen. You're not going to write it to fit your screen. You're going to write it to fit a mobile phone or a desktop, a tablet screen, basically. So to achieve that, we have a syntax we follow. So we said we put it at media like this. Then the condition we follow here, this condition is basically the screen size we are following, the screen size we want this particular styling to fit. Then we'll now write our column here, our curly braces. And inside here, we just basically put the code that we want to be inside it. So that's basically the syntax for media query. So the most common screen sizes we have is the most common size. This one is for for screens 768px wide or smaller. So basically, when you're styling for phones or tablets, you go from 768px and below. So when you do like that, anything that is inside this particular curly braces is basically going to affect screens that are that width and below. Let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to be using this thing. First off, before we go tomorrow, that's for tomorrow's class, let us download this extension. It's a Chrome extension. It's called Mobile Simulator extension. So just search for it on your Chrome like this. Then you click on the first link or the second one, anyone. Just click on this one. And when you click on this, it's going to go to your to come here. Then you are going to add it. Why mine is saying remove from comments because I already added. So you add mobile simulator. So it's responsive testing. So it's basically what helps you to test your responsiveness before you actually deploy your project. So when you test it, you can see how our project looks like. Everything just looks jam-packed. It does not even look fine again because we are on a smaller screen. That's why it's like this. So we have to start for it. But before then, what I want to show us is basically the different screen sizes that we have. You can see this Samsung Galaxy S20 is 360px wide and 800px long. So we are basically styling for the width of the screen. We don't care about how long it is. The main concern is width of the screen. So what I was saying here is basically max width 768. So any size that falls below 768 is going to take the style that is inside this particular curly braces. So that's basically what we need to do. So if you want to style for a higher screen, that means let's say we want to style for let's check the tablet section. I think we have wider screen. So you can see this one is 834 pixels wide. That's this tab that is here. This is 834 pixels wide. They are going to be changing it from 738, maybe 750 this thing to 800 and something and below. So that's basically what you do. So let me just give us, or let's just prepare how this is going to be. So for phones, what we are going to have is this at media screen like this. So remove that screen and put this in. So we'll now change it to the size of the screen you want. That's what is in the note. So we'll now change it to max width, then the size that we want it to cover. So for phones, it's going to be 758 pixels and below. So say max width like this. Then we'll put the size as 758 px. Then we'll cover it. Right? Okay. Then any style I will write inside here, just like in this place now, that I put display flex, all this stuff. That's the same way we are going to be writing it inside this place. So the styling is only going to affect if the condition that that screen is 758 pixels and below is checked. So if your screen is above that, it's not going to fit that particular styling into it. It's only for screens that are below 758 that's going to be there. So for tablets, let's work with at media, then put our max with I think this one should be about 850. Let's put 850 px here. So we have already started for the phone and tablet. So our own screen styling, that's the initial one now, is now going to serve as the laptop styling. So you might be wondering that, are we going to write this long code again for the phone and for the tablet? It's not going to be like that. The only thing you are going to be changing is what needs to be changed on that phone screen. So things like color, things like font with all those stuff, and you don't need to change them since you want them to be constant along all screens, right? So what the only thing I'm going to be changing is maybe some places where you put display flex, where they are not going to fit the screen on small screen. Some places where the padding is too much, the width is too much. Those are the things that are going to be changing in each of these screens that we have here. So you're not going to be writing the whole code again from the beginning to the end, just the ones that matter. That way you're going to be putting inside here and inside here. So from tomorrow, we are going to come and start styling inside there so that we'll see basically how these things actually work. But then that's the basic syntax that we have for media query. And we already know what media query does. So we just continue from here in the next session. So we know that we use media query to basically just make our websites look good on other screen size. That is on our phone screen or laptop screen. Just makes it come out nicer than it is when everything is cramped up, you know. So I think that's basically all for today. Let me check if there's something I should talk about. Okay, 768. Sorry. 58. Yep. Then we can style. You can also style for bigger screens. That means you can style for like TV or style for billboards. You can style for them. You just have to increase it. I think laptop screen is about 1,600. It depends on how wide your screen is basically. But the standard size, I think 1024 px. That's the standard size of a laptop screen. Then for billboards, you know the billboards are always longer, bigger. So you can also put the size of billboard if you want to style for billboard. So media query just give you access to like style your CSS anyhow you want it for different widths of screens. So that's just the basic thing you need to know. So we already learned the breakpoints that we have. That's just that. So let's look at this table. That we'll see. So for phones, sorry, it's in the wow. Sharp. So for phones, it's going to be from 0 to 480px. Then for tablets, 481px to 768px. Small laptop, 769px to 1024px. Then for desktop, 1020px and above. So this is basically like the breakpoints that we have. So breakpoints are basically the size of the screens that we have. So let me edit the one that I did there. So since our phone is 480 and below, we change this one to 480. 480px and below. Then our tablet is from 481 to 768. So we'll put 768 there as but in this mobile simulator, we saw a tablet that was about 834. You can see this one 834 px. This one 800. So let's just leave it at 800 that's 850. Yeah. So it's just going to like match most of the tablets that we have there. So you can always leave it as 850 like this for the tablet. Then this one for the phone screen. Then we just keep the design that we have initially from our laptop as the laptop and desktop sense. So that's basically all about media creation. We just basically borrow all the knowledge that we have from CSS again and we use them here. So we just make it look nicer. So after we have done media creation and we are done with all of this, we'll basically just share a project among ourselves. That's going to be tomorrow. Then we build that and come and showcase it to us on Friday. It's on Friday. So on Friday we'll meet here and showcase our projects. So guys, what do you think we should do now? I think we're done. We are done, guys. Guys, we are done now. What do you think we should do? We should end the stream.
And the idea is very good. I feel it's
Yeah,
very
yeah,
good.
sure. This could be. You see, I'm a fresh guy. I know I'm fresh. Yeah. So yeah, we meet again tomorrow, same time. Be earlier tomorrow than today. So bye. See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye, bye, guys. Bye, guys.